Welcome, Vista Grande, to the most magical VGTV episode of the year. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Kate.
And we are so excited to host VGTV today. We have a secret to share with you. Even though it looks like we're in Disneyland,
We're actually here at Cisco down in San Jose.
so we are not in the Disneyland parade. We are using green screen technology, which is used to place people in different places all over the world without having to leave the room.
We want to share a few cool facts with you about Cisco systems. Cisco makes networking devices, software, and services from the core of the internet to your home computer and cell phone.
Cisco was founded in 1984 by a couple who wanted to email each other across the Stanford campus, but needed a way to connect networks.
Guess what great city Cisco is named after?
Let me guess. San Francisco.
That's right. But its headquarters are actually down here in San Jose. The company is worth over $150 billion.
And it has almost 70,000 employees all over the world.
Now let's have some fun and get back to Disneyland. What was that?
I don't know. Let's let the magic moments begin.
What comes to mind when you think of Disney? Well, I think of the fun rides, great movies, and parade and fireworks shows. But what people don't think of is Disney's history. Walt Disney was born on December 5th, 1902. Finished with high school, Walt partnered up with UB Iwerks to start a commercial artist company. UB Iwerks edits Walt's Oswald the Lucky Rabbit into the character we all know and love today, Mickey Mouse. Walt and Iwerks created 2 short films with this character, Plain Crazy and Steamboat Willie. Disney's first full-length film was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Then, many years later, the excavation of Disneyland began. Walt once said, "What this country really needs is an amusement park that families can take their children to. I want to have a place that is clean as anything could ever be, and all the people in it are first-class citizens and treated like guests." Walt sadly passed away on December 5th, 1966, at age 65. Walt's dream of making families around the world happy still lives on with his movies from Finding Nemo to latest Oz the Great and Powerful to the Disneyland parks around the world. Walt isn't here today, but he'll always be my hero.
The Disney movie I will be talking about is Peter Pan. This movie is about 3 kids named Wendy, Michael, and John Darling. They go to bed one night and get a visit from Peter Pan. With the help of his good friend Tinkerbell, Peter Pan teaches them how to fly. Using a little faith, trust, and pixie dust, off they flew to Neverland. There, Wendy meets the mermaids, while Michael and John stay with the Lost Boys, Peter Pan's best friends. The Lost Boys take them to see the Indian tribe. But Chief isn't too happy, as his daughter, Tiger Lily, is missing, and he thinks the Lost Boys have something to do with it. But Peter Pan and Wendy know that's not true. Wendy helps Peter rescue Tiger Lily and fight Captain Hook. Peter and the Darlings win the fight, and they all fly home with his pirate ship, minus Captain Hook, who stays in Neverland. They learn that growing up is just a part of life, but magic never really grows up. And like Jacob said earlier, Disney's all about magic.
Do you know how Disney creates the magic you feel at all of its parks, resorts, and cruise ships? How they make their rides, their shows, and their stores a special experience? They do it by using some important people they call Imagineers. An Imagineer at Disney is an employee who is responsible for designing and building the Disney experience at all these locations. They have a wide range of skills and talents. Over 140 job titles fall under the category of Imagineering. Just a few of these are illustrators, architects, engineers, lighting designers, show writers, graphic designers, and many more. This attitude comes from Walt Disney himself, who firmly believed that Disneyland will never be completed as long as there is imagination left in the world. Because of this, many Imagineers operate under the idea that if it can be dreamt, it can be built. Walt Disney Imagineering has created 11 theme parks, a town, 4 cruise ships, dozens of resort hotels, water parks, shopping centers, sports complexes, and various other entertainment venues. Imagineering is perhaps best known for its development of audio animatronics, a type of robotics created for use in shows and attractions in the theme parks. This allows Disney to animate things in 3 dimensions, making the characters on its rides and in its shows come to life. This sounds exciting.
Excuse me, do you mind?
Maybe one day one of us could be an Imagineer.
Hi VG, I'm Julia reporting this week's Did You Know? But not the usual Did You Know. This week we are doing a Disneyland Did You Know? Did you know that Disneyland only took 1 year to build and it was really supposed to be located in Griffin Park in Riverside near the Disney Studio, not in Anaheim? Walt's plans were too big to fit in Riverside, so he had to move the park to Anaheim. Did you know that Space Mountain was one of the first computerized roller coasters and the first ever indoor roller coaster? Also, the Matterhorn was the first ever steel roller coaster. Did you know that there's even an apartment above the fire station where Walt used to live, and to this day the light never goes off? Did you know that the Haunted Mansion is actually an elevator, and the actual ride is not inside the park, it's added on? Did you know the golden spike in the ground just after visiting Sleeping Beauty's castle in Anaheim marks the center of the park? It's a small spike in such a big park. Disneyland has so many mysterious rides and, well, things you would never even dream of. Like there's even a half basketball court in the Matterhorn for crew members. Disneyland couldn't be a better place to visit, and I can't wait to go again.
Yo, ho, a pirate's life for me.
Hi VG, I am in one of the most popular attractions in Disneyland, the new Cars Land. I'll be interviewing some of the people who made this amazing place possible. My first interview is with George Kalogridis, the president of Disneyland. Hi, Mr. Kalogridis. When kids from Vista Grande first walk into Cars Land, what will they think?
If you go in the entrance with the arch into Radiator Springs, I mean, every guest that I've taken there, they just stand there and they just, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. So then we know we've done it right.
I heard Radiator Springs Racers is a super fun ride. Can all of the kids at Vista Grande go on it?
I think that's also one of the great things. It's a thrill ride, but it's pretty much a thrill ride that almost everybody in the family can go on.
My next interview is with Jennifer Lewis, the voice of one of the Disney characters. Who are you the voice of, and what do you think about the new Cars Land?
Flo's V8 Cafe will become legendary like every other Disney institution, and I am so excited to be part of it.
How much of you is in the character Flo from Cars?
Jennifer Lewis is in Flo. A lot of, I have to admit that. But Jennifer Lewis doesn't walk around with the nasal there. When she goes, gas, I got lots of gas. I don't talk like that.
I am interviewing Dan Whitney, the voice of Mater. How much of you is in the character Mater?
My wife says a lot of me is in Mater. She does, that's what my wife says. But you know, Mater, a lot of it really is. Yeah. Look, you have to know something about the character to breathe life into it. So I think I did a good job. I'm glad John trusted me with the character, and I love Mater. Mater's awesome. Mater's a friend that everybody should have. You know what I mean? He's just awesome.
Also, what did you think when you saw Mater in Cars Land?
Oh man, that's pretty cool. I went over and took pictures and everything. It's pretty awesome. My little boy was a little confused though, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome to see Mater sitting there in the town. It's pretty neat. You can't describe it. It's great.
Finally, with my last interview, I am interviewing Vincent Martella, the voice of Phineas. What would Phineas say if he was here at Cars Land?
If Phineas was here, oh my goodness, Cars Land was incredible. I don't know why me and Ferb didn't think of it first. I mean, we love cars. We love cars. We've raced them before, but a land devoted to cars, that is really cool.
Those are some great answers. Cars Land seems like a lot of fun. I can't wait to go.
It is true, the song does really get stuck in your head. It's a small world after all. It's a small, small world. And just think, what a truly small world it is. Disney has 5 theme parks in the world, so there are small worlds all over our big world. So this song never really stops playing on Earth. It is said that Walt Disney wanted a song with a catchy tune like Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Well, he got it. The theme was Children Around the World, which was the original name of the ride. The ride was actually renamed once they came up with the song. The Small World ride was originally created for the 1964 New York World's Fair, and then was rebuilt and relocated to the California Park in 1966. My favorite story about this ride, Walt Disney wanted children from around the world to attend the grand opening. He asked each of them to bring a container of water from a lake, ocean, or river in their country before the ride opened. The containers were emptied into the water of the attraction. Walt's ideas were carried on as Disney expanded around the world, and It's a Small World ride was recreated in other countries and languages, and with some other differences too. In Florida, the clock is in the loading area as opposed to the outside, facing the park crowds. Disneyland Tokyo, the song finale is sung in Japanese. Disneyland Paris, the exterior clock face features a wide-awake sun on the left half and a sleeping moon on the right half. Disneyland Hong Kong features amazing lightning effects, and the finale is sung in 3 languages. So next time you ride It's a Small World, notice how it resembles our world, small and interconnected. Remember, as the song says, there's only one moon and one sun.
I'm going to talk about my favorite ride, Indiana Jones. The Indiana Jones ride in Disneyland's Adventureland was opened March 3rd, 1995, and is based off the movie Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. The reason it's my favorite ride is because it's a fun, fast, adventurous ride. The ride goes about 15 miles per hour and is one of Disney's fastest indoor rides. My first time on Indiana Jones, the ride, was when I was 7, and I just remember being whooshed around, seeing awesome special effects and huge props, such as the boulder, the huge snake, and the actual fire. In the ride, there are some amazing secrets and surprises, like the boulder scene I mentioned before. It is one of the biggest surprises, and it is 11 feet tall, and it looks like it's gonna go right on top of you. In the ride, there's a series of rooms. My favorite room is the skull room, where there is approximately 1,995 fake human skulls, a rickety old bridge that you drive across, and a pit of fire. The other things you experience in the ride are blow darts, rats, spiders, spider webs, and scary skeletons. All fake, of course, but the magic of Disney makes them come alive and add excitement and fun to the ride. This ride will always be my favorite ride because it's the most fun, scariest, and coolest ride in Disneyland. By the way, when you're walking and waiting in line, there's a couple of secret spots. Look up and check it out the next time you're there. And that's the Disney magic at work again.
We want to thank Cisco for opening their doors and allowing us to film our show here.
We also want to thank Grace's dad, Mr. Weisner, who works here at Cisco, and for making this all happen.
And the Cisco staff, especially Che Boyer and Erica Seeley, for helping us put this together.
This has been so much fun. We are so sad to end this show and say goodbye. Maybe we should say goodbye the Disney way. M-I-C.
See you real soon.
K-E-Y. Why? Because we go to school with you. M-O-U-S-C.